Good morning and welcome to the program Talk Sport on Global Television. Time for us to talk about all the big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sport. We've got football, Formula One, boxing and every other sport in between. My name is Anthony Momo, the king of sport, and I've got my co-anchor right here, and he's looking blue, and we're ready to go.
Yes, we are ready to go. Good morning, sport fans all over the world. It's always an amazing time to spend with you guys here, and we've got big stories for you guys, and then we'll just dive into it shortly.
All right, we'll begin with our darling Super Eagles, who were in action last week when they faced the Black Stars of Ghana, and indeed it was a kind of audition for Finidi George, who was handed the reins to take charge of our darling Super Eagles of Nigeria, and they did beat the Black Stars by 2-1.
Yes.
It was a very adventurous move when we tried to go watch Nigeria take on Ghana. You remember it? Yes. That played out.
Yeah, it was very adventurous, though. Well, we'll leave that story for off the camera. It was very adventurous. And then the Super Eagles actually did so well. You know, the Ghanaian coach had to come to even commend them that they were so fast and then they were strong. Like I said, I said before the game that Finidi George is going to bring his own style of play, his own tactics and all that. The Ghanaian side will not be expecting what Finidi George is bringing to the table. And I'm sure he has more in his bag. So it was very, very amazing what he was able to do within the short period of time that he was given the job to, be the caretaker coach of the Super Eagles. So, it was a good first audition. So let's see what happens between Nigeria and Mali tomorrow.
All right, yes, a very good audition. And that man who almost scored now, his name, Cyril Desires, did score the all-important goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And like Odidi rightly pointed out, this is how Nigeria does. This is how Nigeria plays football.
Yes.
We play through the wings. All attacking. We build from behind to the attack and not the defensive stuff. We saw when Jose Peseiro was in charge of the Super Eagles. But the Ghanaian coach did say that he believed the Super Eagles didn't deserve to win. Probably that should be his own.
Well, that's his own take. But
let's look at the fact that we've got some Tanimu Aliyu, one of the new players that was invited into the team, and also other players given the chance to stake their claim. How do you see the players warming up to Finidi George?
I know. The thing is, it seemed there was the spirit in the camp was high. Everybody was happy with each other.
True.
So that played out well on the field of play because nobody was holding the ball so much. The passes kept going around. So those home-based players and then the recently invited players that joined the Super Eagles actually participated properly because they all started. Some came off the bench and then they were able to perform properly. So Finidi George was able to mix the international players, those that have been playing with the Super Eagles, those that have chemistry, and then he found a way during the training section in Morocco. He was able to fuse in the home-based players, and then the recently guys are just joined into the whole.
Let's look at Cyril. In the footage of what we're seeing right now, Cyril has been up and doing. He has taken like 2 shots. Are we beginning to see a player that might, step in when Victor Osimhen is out of line? We're about to see him take the sport kick. He's wearing the number 9 jersey for the Super Eagles. For someone who plays in Celtic, this is his second goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What does this mean for our attack line? We've got Terry Murphy still in the mix. We've got Paul Onuachu, who's also still there. I think we've got the best set of attacking force in this for a very long time.
Yes.
Ademola Lookman also there. Moses Simon also still there.
You see, I always say we've got the qualities we need in players. What we just need is someone that can, manage these guys together.
World-class coach, right?
Yes, that's what we need. We need a world-class coach. From what Finidi George did, it's looking like, okay, I think
we've got the missing link. Yeah.
Probably the NFF will decide that themselves, but it seems we've gotten the missing link because he was able to fuse in all of these players, and it didn't even look as if these guys have not been playing together for a very long time because, Cyril came and it was just an amazing, look at that decisive kick, very patient, calm, calculated, slaughtered home, and all of his shots before now has been on target. Been on target, so it's either I get deflected or luckily the goalkeeper punches it away. So he's actually,
and we can see the unity in the team.
Yeah, look at the love and all. Look at, it was something that they've been longing for, and it came. So I'm just happy for the fact that our Nigerian players abroad are wanting to come home to play, and then they are getting the spots to play in, and everything now is just going on well. It's
we saw Alex Iwobi. He was better this time around. He had the opportunity to come forward because we have back into the team. Yes. So that shows how much we missed him.
Yes, in the AFCON. So yes, we actually missed Wilfred. They did so much in the AFCON, and then the workload was a bit kind of much on Alex Iwobi because he was
playing deeper.
He was playing deeper, and then he wasn't even opportuned to advance. But when he was able to play the role where he's very comfortable in this match,
the number 10 role,
the number 10 role, he was able to play that very well, and then he gave some crucial passes, assisting
for the second
goal. Yeah. So that is who Alex Iwobi is, and then it was so disappointing that we didn't see all of that in the AFCON. That was why I think that's part of the reasons why he was cyber bullied. But now we are having our team and everybody being healthy and coming back. So World Cup will come. We're ready.
All right, World Cup come. We're ready. All right, so it tells you how excited we are as regards our darling Super Eagles. The fact that they are down and running, and Finidi George is making a good stake for the chance to become the permanent coach of the Darling Super Eagles. The Super Eagles will be in action tomorrow. That's Tuesday against the Eagles of Mali, and that's going to be a very interesting matchup. The Eagles of Mali were one of the good teams in the AFCON, even though they couldn't win the tournament.
Yeah, they made it out to the rounds of 16.
How important is it for the Super Eagles to beat Mali tomorrow to cement Finidi's stake for the role as the chief coach of the Super Eagles?
Yeah, even if if we get to win, if Finidi George gets to win his second match by tomorrow, even if he doesn't get the job, but he's going to be the #1 runner for the job. Because obviously a lot of people are clamoring that we want a local home-based coach that knows the system and how everything works. So I'm sure he's going to bring out another different tactics. Probably the Malians must have watched the game and then expecting the same thing. I'm sure he's going to bring in something different and spice it up a little bit and then still get us another win because we're all about winning.
All right, all about winning. And two players are talking about the tactics of Finidi George already. The big story tells us that Kelechi Iheanacho and Cyril Desires have expressed delight with the tactics employed by interim coach Finidi George in their win over rivals Ghana on Friday. Finidi led the Super Eagles to a 2-1 win over the Black Stars of Ghana at Stade de Marrakech in Morocco to ensure Nigeria's first win over Ghana at the senior level in 18 years. Returning forward, the Stars sent Lawrence Ati-Zigi the wrong way from the penalty spot in the 38th minute after Ghanaian defender Jerome Okpoku handled a shot by Iheanacho. Okpoku would pick up a red card in the 57th minute for dissent, leaving the Black Stars with 10 men. The Eagles extended their lead in 6 minutes left when substitute Ademola Lookman calmly slaughtered past goalkeeper Ati-Zigi and the on-rushing defender after a good team move that involved fellow substitute Moses Simon and midfield Alex Iwobi. In 4 minutes of other time, right back Bright Osayi Samuel brought down forward Semenyo in the Nigerian box to give Ghanaians a penalty. And Jordan Ayew did score the goal. Let's look at Osayi. I think he's still having that brutality from Turkey. He brought it into the game.
Yeah, he brought it into the game, but that was a clumsy challenge. There was no room for him to do that. He could have just contained the player because they were already on the far end sideline, so he could have just contended him because Samuel, obviously, Osayi Samuel is very strong. He could have just used his body, to
body check.
Yeah, to just body check him and just take him out and then maybe force him to go back and then for them to start building all over again. That was a clumsy challenge. Without that, Jordan Ayew, who took the penalties, someone who is very experienced and very, very comfortable in taking kicks like that. So, maybe we just give them that so it doesn't look as if, just a consolation.
All right, we're still talking sport. In case you're just joining us, it's Talk Sport on Global Television, and we're giving you all the big stories making around the world of sport. Let's go to the Nigerian Premier Professional Football League. That's where we are. Let's tell you that 7-time champions, Enugu Rangers, they call them the Flying Antelopes, have climbed to the top of the Nigerian Premier League football table after securing a 2-1 win over struggling Heartland of Owerri in the Oriental Derby. He has Rangers on March 27. Yes, that's the Flying Antelopes there. Let's also let you know that defender Ifeanyi Onyebuchi scored Rangers' first goal in the first half, and Kalu Nweke doubled the advantage in the second half before the host halved the deficit to end the game 2-1. And led by Fidelis Ilechukwu, Rangers, the Flying Antelopes, have been on an ascendancy in their last 10 games, losing only one and unbeaten in 9 straight games. They've also won 3 of their 4 away matches. And let's look at the Flying Antelopes Rangers. It seems like they are determined to probably win the league this season. Yes. Ilechukwu is doing great with the Flying Antelopes.
Yeah, I was lucky to like capture a glimpse of the match when during the weekend. The way they were playing, it doesn't show as if we just want to play and then just maybe finish top 4, top 5. Now, they are playing with intensity that, okay, we want to win this trophy again. Because it seems like, a lot of teams are kind of looking down on them, but now they have different spirit, different momentum, and then the way they keep attacking. Like, they just keep attacking, massive attack, massive defense. That's the kind of play that the Enugu Rangers did. And then getting this result that they got is actually the effort that they put in and the work ethics that they were able to display on the field of play. So that was what led to this. Imagine for you to see that the defender scoring the first goal, it shows how much all of them are all coming out to, to play and to score.
All right, that tells you that goals were scored in the 37th and the 54th minute of the game between Heartland and Rangers. Let's move on, still talking Nigerian Premier League. Lobby Stars also surrendered their place on the top of the table, no thanks to their 1-1 draw against Bayelsa United in Lafia. Yes, let's tell you that Sunday Chinedu gave the Lobby the lead in the 61st minute, but Kainde Lawal restored parity for the visitors as they continue to swim out of relegation. Let's take you to Jos, where Plateau United title chase also suffered a setback as they were beaten 2-1 at home by relegation-threatened Akwa United at the new Jos Stadium after storming into the early lead through Jerome. A 90th minute penalty, which was converted by Suleiman Sani, nicked the win for the Promise Keepers, while the host only goal of the game from the penalty spot. Courtesy of Sunday Anthony in between the visitors' goals. The shake-up in the top 4 continued with a 2-1 defeat of champions Enyimba by Kwara United in Ilori. The Afonjo Warriors were the People's Elephant assistant coach Yemi Olaruwaju was sent off. The 10th game ended 1-1 at halftime with Ikena Cooper scoring an equalizer for Enyimba after Emmanuel Ogbole opened scoring for Kwara inside the opening 10 minutes. But Ogbole's got his brace and Kwara's match winner just 5 minutes after the restart. Let's look at Enyimba losing to Kwara United. Kwara United is one of the old traditional teams. They call them the Afonjo Warriors. Playing at home is always very difficult for the People's Elephant or any team to beat Kwara United at home.
Yeah, it's actually very difficult. You see, one thing about the Nigerian Professional League now, it's getting very competitive. Even the teams that are down there in relegation don't want to stay down. They are still fighting to come up. So I'm not surprised that all of this is happening because these teams have actually, done a lot of work and they are coming up, not even giving chances yes. to maybe any champion, they want to get up. They want to get up. So, they are all working. So it's very difficult to actually beat, Lobby Stars in their home. Yeah.
That's Kwara United.
Kwara United take that again. So Enyimba. So it's very, very hard for them to be cracked in their home. So Enyimba did put up a fight, but Kwara United is very, very difficult to break the deadlock and then take the W out of that city.
All right, it shows you how it turns. Once Enyimba's assistant coach was given a red card, it tells you the match was very tense.
Yes.
All right, I would like to have the MPFL results table so that we can see the results sheet for the matches that were played over the weekend. Yes, that's it there. Remo Stars 2-0 better than Bender Insurance of Benin. And we have Lobby Stars of Makurdi playing out a 1-1 draw with Bayelsa United of Yenagoa, and Heartland of Owerri were 1-2 beaten by the Flying Antelopes, Enugu Rangers. And we've got Afonjo Warriors, the Kwara United, winning against the People's Elephant, Enyimba of Abal by 2-1. And in Katsina, it was Katsina United beating Abia Warriors by 2-1. While Sunshine Stars of Akure and Rivers United, that game was pushed forward because of the continental engagement of Rivers United. Yeah. Okay, that's the table there. On the top of the log there is the Flying Antelopes. Enugu Rangers, they've got 48 points. Lobby Stars second with 47 points, and Remo Stars with we've got 45 points. Also, Yimba has 45 points, and Plateau United following closely at the 5th position with 44 points, and Kano Pillars with 41 points, and followed by Casina United with 41 points, and Shooting Stars of Ibadan 40 points, and Ben Assurance 9th position with 37 points, and 10th on the log table is Abia Warriors with 35 points. But let's look at the first top 3 teams. We've got 48, 47, 45, 45, 44, very close.
Yes, very, very close. That's the the competitiveness
how
of
tight
how tight it is at this point. If you're saying it's just 1 point different, apart from that of Ayimba, obviously.
Just 2 points between Lobby Stars and Remo.
And Remo, just 2 points, and then the other one is just Lobby Stars and Enugu Rangers, just 1 point. So if Ayimba can get to win their next match, they are coming up to the table. And
so
then
even the clubs at 41, that's talking about Casina United, they need 3 straight wins, they can jump up.
Yes, if they can get 3 straight wins, they can jump up. Like, I'm just so excited how competitive the FNFL is getting right now, because all of these players want to play for bigger clubs. They want to represent the Super Eagles and all. So that's the intensity, and that's why this competitiveness is getting this high at this level in this second stanza of the competition.
All right, we have seen the results there, and also we've seen the tables there of the Nigerian Professional Football League. We want to say, yes, this is second. These are those that are leading from the bottom half. We've got Triangle for Were leading from the bottom with 23 points. Gombe United second from the bottom with 24 points, and Niger Tornadoes, they used to be one of my favorite teams. Niger Tornadoes of Mina, they've got 30 points and they're 18th. I think they just lost their steam and lost their investment from the government. Didn't have so much investment, government not putting so much money, and so they couldn't attract good players to come into the team. But we're still excited. There are lots of matches, lots of away wins and home wins in the MPFL, talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League. Let's jump into the All-African Games that ended over the weekend, and it was Nigeria coming out second best again, like we did at AFCON, talking about the African Cup of African Cup of Nations again. Talking about the African Games, let's just let you know that an eye-catching closing ceremony brought to an end the African Games in Ghana on Saturday after an eventful 16 days in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. The event ended with a parade of all the participating countries' flags with music from Nigeria hip-hop star Tiwa Savage. She was in action there. Was played from the sound system, much to the delight of the crowd. On the final day of the competition, perennial champions Egypt claimed 2 more gold to take their gold medal to 101 to once again claim the top spot at the Continental Sport Showpiece. Yes, thank you, producer. That said, the log there you can see the 13th edition of the African Games, which officially began March 8, will be remembered for sporting excellence. Egypt emerged winner of the event with 189 medals, 101 gold, 46 silver, 42 bronze, while Nigeria finished in second position with 47 gold, 33 silver, and 40 bronze to claim a total of 120 medals. South Africa occupied the 3rd place with 106 medals, 32 gold, 32 silver, and 42 bronze, as Algeria ranked the 4th best country at the event in Ghana with 140 medals, 29 gold, 38 silver, and 40 bronze. Tunisia completed the top 4 with 87 medals, 21 gold, 27 silver, and 39 bronze, while Ghana, despite the poor start to the event, finished in 6th position with 19 gold, 29 silver, and 20 bronze medals. Morocco, Ethiopia, Mauritius, and Kenya completed the top 10 spots in that order. Of the 54 countries in Africa, 53 were in attendance, with only Cape Verde absent from the 13th edition of the Games. All right, this is amazing. That's how it ended. And we have to say kudos to Nigeria, even though they got beaten again by Egypt. Second spot.
Yeah, actually, kudos to them, because they did well. They did so much well. The athletes were, outstanding, sweeping gold in most of the categories. So we're just, excited. And then I'm just, happy for the fact that they were able to compete at this high level, and then they've made a name for themselves, put the country in the world map, and then there's a boost now for, the athletes going for the Olympics. This is like a boost
good preparation too.
Good preparation for them too. So they've tested themselves. They've seen maybe
against the continent's best.
Yes, against the continent's best. So I'm sure they're still going to train more. And
there are more qualifying competitions.
Yes, for more qualifying competitions that's coming up. So it's amazing what they've done so far. And I'm sure, the sports minister, who is the sports-loving person with our...
He has something to say.
Yes, our president as well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will definitely celebrate these guys when they get back.
All right, still talking big stories. There's a lady, Oboro Dudu, in case you don't know, she's from Delta, and she's in the news there for very right reasons, and she made a lot of historic... let's just let you know that 4 Nigerian wrestlers have joined Odunayo Adukoreye to qualify for the Paris Olympic Games by winning gold medals at the African Oceania Olympic qualifiers in Alexandria, Egypt. According to United World Wrestling, the finalists in each weight category are expected to qualify for the Olympic Games, meaning these 4 wrestlers finished among the top 2 boxers in the categories. Odunayo Adeokoroye had secured qualification to Paris last year following her bronze medal in the women's 57 kilogram at the World Championship in Belgrade, while Tokyo 2020 Olympic silver medalist Blessing Oboro Dudu booked her place at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games after a 2-0 pinfall victory over Olua Takong of Palau in the 68 kilogram women's category. World military champion Hannah Ruben, 76 kilogram, peeped Army Uni of Ivory Coast 6-0 to secure her Olympic slot, adding to her African Games gold medal won in Accra, Ghana. Esther Kolawole joined Nigerian list of athletes going for France after she overcame Angelina Rodriguez of Cape Verde by 10-0 superiority to add to her African Games and African Championship triumph. Fellow African Games champion Christiana Ogunsoya overpowered Egyptian Shama Mohammed by 10-0 superiority in the 53 kilogram women's event to secure Paris qualification. Meanwhile, Mercy Genesis narrowly missed out qualification for Paris game as she suffered a 5-7 defeat to Nada Mohammed of Egypt in the 50 kilogram weight class. Very sad story. She missed out amongst other people who have qualified. Let's look at those women. They've been amazing when it comes to wrestling.
Wrestling, yes. They've been, they won at virtually all the categories. Right. So it's just wonderful what they are doing. Like, I can't even stop.
The women are awesome.
They are awesome. They actually made most of the, the
medal table.
Yeah, the medal table, and then it's just amazing what they are doing. They are so strong, and then not just defeating you, but defeating their opponent flawlessly.
So 10-0,
10-0, 12-0, not even giving room for it to come back and try. No room for trying. You're going down, you're going down. And that's what we're looking for. And then that's what the NFF should actually look for. They should get a coach that has the skill mentality. If
you're still not satisfied with Finidi.
I want more, though. I want more. I want him to, put it out there that, yes, if you're going, we're going for the win. We're not giving room, okay, if we can, if we get to concede just 1 goal, yeah, let it just be 1 goal. Let it just come from okay, yes, they did a very good, our opponent did a very good job, and then they got to score. Not, giving away cheap goals like that. So what these ladies are doing is actually amazing because they all went for the kill, and then we've seen the result.
Killed it.
And then they killed it.
All right, yes. Still talking big stories. The sports minister is in the news this morning, and he has some very cool things to say. Let's let you know that the Minister of Sport Development, Senator John Enoch, has declared that the preparations for 2027 African Games will begin immediately as the contingent to the just concluded 13th edition of the Games in Ghana arrived Sunday. Team Nigeria arrived in the country's capital, Abuja, and Lagos in barges on Sunday via chartered flights provided by the Ministry of Sport Development in Ghana. Team Nigeria had impressive outing and finished second in the all-overall medal table with a total number of 121 medals comprising 47 gold, 34 silver, 40 bronze medals. Although the foreign-based athletes who were part of Nigeria's success at the Games have also returned directly to their bases, Enoch believes the head start ahead of the 2027 Games will give the country an edge in their quest to claim more top sport for the first time since hosting the Games in 2003. Weightlifting produced the highest number of medals for Nigeria with 32 gold medals, with 10 more than athletics, which produced 22 medals. All right, let's talk football. Enough of athletes. Yes, that's Team Nigeria there doing the match pass after the All-African Games. Our beautiful color, green, white, green, the best colors in the world.
It flew all the way down to
Ghana.
So amazing.
And I think I always love the color, green, white, green, the best there is in the world. Let's talk football now. Let's take you to Okon. Yes, the player in the news this morning, his name is Okon, not Okon, the cameraman behind the scene right here in the live studios. But this Okon plays football in South Africa. Yes, that's the man there. Yeah. Ex-Bafana captain Thulani Hlatshwayo has urged Super Sport United wonder kid Ime Okon to choose South Africa, his country of birth, over Nigeria. Oh boy, Okon was born in South Africa to a Nigerian father, making him eligible to represent the Super Eagles. And Bafana, though the Johannesburg-born central defender, is in his debut season for the Premier Soccer League. The 20-year-old has become a figure in the Super Sport United defense alongside Siyanda Zulu and Thulani with 18 league appearances this season. Let's look at this to a Nigerian father. Do you think this guy will ever play for South Africa? He has to come to the Super Eagles.
He has to come. With the way the Super Eagles are coming now, I know a lot of players are just trying to get,
and this could be his agent's scheme to get him invited to Super Eagles, because once
actually,
he knows, there's a rivalry between Nigeria and South Africa. So once he said South Africa wants to take him, even if he wasn't good enough, they say, just come home.
just come home. I think there's a scheme, like you said. I think there's a scheme because all of these agents are actually strategic. If they are expecting a call-up and it's not coming, they have to think outside the box, like try something else, like put a story out there for Super Eagles or any other team to try,
But can we say South Africa has given us fair share of good players? Nwabali came there. We also had Peter Saidida, who was in South Africa, played for the Super Eagles. He did well. So probably, and there's one other player, the name just skipping in my head right now, for a defender from South Africa, a South African club, who also had played for the Super Eagles.
Yes, Tanimu, right?
Yeah, Tanimu. Tanimu is one player too. So who knows? Ime Okon. That's a full Nigerian name.
That's like a full Ibibio name for Akwa Ibom State, to be precise.
So nothing South African about him.
Nothing South African about him. So the Super Eagles is a big brand, not undermining Bafana. But this is your home country, and with the building going on now, the rebuilding that the Super Eagles are doing, trying to get a coach, and all of these players in the Super Eagles are actually going to fight to get a place.
Into the team, because World Cup 2026 is around the corner.
It's around the corner, so we're not just dealing with every other person that is in there, then we'll just give you a hand over a jersey.
So you have to work really hard.
Work it out. So if he gets the opportunity, to be called upon, he should. I would want him to come.
No, the good thing. Ime Okon has been invited to the Bafana squad twice. He has not attended, and he has not.
That means he's keeping a room
waiting for the Super Eagles.
How far? Muna look my side.
All right, so we're hoping that Ime Okon, somewhere along the line, will be called by the Super Eagles to stake a claim for the back line of our darling Super Eagles. All right, we'll go for a very quick break. When we return from the break, we'll be going to the foreign scene when we've got lots of stories for you. It was the Three Lions of England against against the Samba Boys of Brazil. And we also had France take on Germany. Very interesting matchup over the weekend. We have these and other exciting stories. Just stay with us. Here, stand by, and you don't stand by, you're going to stand down. All right, that's welcoming you back to the program. We're still talking sport, and now we're hitting the foreign scene officially, and we're starting with the biggest, one of the biggest friendly matches that went down over the weekend. It had to do with the Three Lions of England versus the Samba Boys of Brazil. And it's we all know how it played out. Got Brazil beating England 1-0, and I hope we can get the footage. Let's watch appetite to see how England lost to Brazil 1-0. Then also we'll be giving you some other big stories. But just for you to know that Ivan Toney will be handed a Euro 2024 audition against Belgium. That's but let's just see the England as Brazil. Let's look at Brazil has not been doing well before this game, so and England has been on the up since, and everybody expected the Three Lions were going to win this this game, especially Brazil having not gotten the coach they wanted, Ancelotti, and the players, Anthony, Robinho, and the entire team.
Very well, they performed very well. Like I expected, actually, everybody expected, England to win. They've always been a good team, and then the England are also a good team. The Three Lions, they're also good, but I don't know what really happened. The England that we used to know.
Were they intimidated, or they were like a Jessica,
they were just lacking, because I didn't see the intensity, and then I didn't see, they didn't chemistry together. From the way the Brazilians play, they showed like there's a chemistry and all. So I would just say World Cup 2 that will be coming in 2016. There's a process of building a team that will go represent a country. So this is actually going to be a very important, all-important match for him to play in, so he could get a place. Why he's even starting, obviously, is because Harry Kane is injured. So if Harry Kane wasn't injured, there might be a chance that if he's going to come in, he's going to come probably as a substitute or something. But now this is an all-time debut. This is like him, like, okay, we're handing you the key to this car. Drive it. So that's just what this match is for him now. So depending on how he drives it, if he drives properly, you get to keep the car. But if you don't, you then probably sit out.
All right, Ivan Toney is a big chance for the fact that he just came out from the FA ban and now getting the chance is a big one. All right, PFA is in the news this morning. Let's take this story concerning PFA. The Professional Footballers Association is likely to get involved following Newcastle and Tottenham's ludicrous decision to stage an end-of-season friendly in Australia. The pair will meet in Melbourne on May 22nd, 3 days after the final round of the Premier League matches, with both intending to take all of their international stars on a 21,000 miles round trip, even if they have a summer commitment with their countries. Gary Southgate has already questioned the wisdom of the move and understands that the PFA, who have long lobbied for reduction of fixtures on the grounds of a player welfare, will be in touch with members who are affected. Let's look at that. It's quite disturbing, 21,000 miles. That Australia is down under. It's another continent on its own. After the long season, 3 days. Is there any reason? Because if you say you want to promote the sport, football is done in Australia already.
Yeah.
Is it the money? You can make it in other continents close by.
Yeah, because I don't see a reason why they have to go that far. Australia is obviously very, very far off. So even if it's, like you said, promotion and for money, you can make it somewhere, a bit closer. These players have been, working themselves off throughout the season, and they wouldn't even have so much time to rest because they have commitment to their country. Euros will be starting, very soon. So all of this now, I don't see a reason why they should go that far. 21,000 that's going to take like 3 days or 2 before they can even get to their destination, because obviously there won't be a direct flight all the way. They're going to have stops and all of that. It's going to be exhausting for the players, the coaching crew, everybody, and then putting these guys out again to play. It's not, advisable. And football, it's a well-known sport in Australia. football is the best known sport in Australia, and the Australian teams are actually doing well in their own league and all of that. But them going all the way there, it's something else.
So let's see what the Professional Footballers Association will be able to do. Probably Newcastle United and Tottenham out of this planned schedule. Let's move on to Manchester United. A very worrying story concerning Maguire is in the news this morning. Let's say that Manchester United and England have been handed an injury blow as Harry Maguire was sent for scan following his early substitution in the Three Lions 1-0 defeat to Brazil. So it means Maguire joins the list of national team casualties after Manchester City's Kyle Walker limped off during the match on Saturday. The Lincoln defender departure during the second half prompted concern, leading to subsequent scan on Sunday. How much would we miss Maguire? At a point, Maguire was the most terrible defender in the world, and nobody wanted him in the lineup. But now he's back to his best. But this injury, how devastating is it going to be for the Red Devils and the Three Lions?
Talking about Maguire, I could remember when he was having his bad days in office. One of our
not bad days, bad months. It was not just 1 week; it was like consistently for like a month or two.
Yeah, that one of our top leaders had to use him as an example in the National Assembly. The National Assembly. Now he's back to it, and then he's actually performing.
And these other players that are injured in the Three Lions.
Yes, so they have a lot of
Saka, Alexander-Arnold, and Grealish.
Yeah, it's actually going to affect them if he doesn't get back on his feet, get back, on 100%, because it's definitely going to affect Man United and the Three Lions, because I'm not sure they have someone, or I'm sure they probably have someone. Maybe they've not called the person up yet to the league, but Harry Maguire is absent is going to be felt because he's intentional with his job as a defender, and he's always very aggressive, and he also not just plays in the back, he also goes forward to try to get a goal. So if he doesn't get to, be 100% before the Euros or before the international break is over, I think Manchester United they have their job cut out for them. Yes.
All right, let's move on. We have next talking point is Manchester United is in the news this morning as Sir Jim Ratcliffe's position as head of football operations at Manchester United could have severe consequences should the club qualify for European football next season. After months of speculations, the 71-year-old billionaire's takeover of the club was finally announced via club statement in December. Ratcliffe and his Ineos group paid more than £1 billion for a 27.7% stake in the club, which will rise to close to 30% following the further £238 million injection. Despite not being the majority owner, since the deal was completed in February, Ratcliffe has taken over footballing operations at United alongside his Ineos colleagues Jean-Claude Blanc and Sir David Brailsford. The Ineos group also own Nice with a different side, currently fifth in the Ligue 1 and on course to secure European football. This is where Ratcliffe's ownership of United could prove problematic for the Premier League club. UEFA regulations have stated that while multiple teams under the same regulations stated that while multiple teams under the same ownership umbrella can play in Europe going forward, a ban on the said teams playing in the same competition remains in place. So Nice, if they qualify for Champions League, Manchester United qualifies for Champions League, for instance, or both teams qualify for Europa League, there's a problem. So he'll be making the choice. Does he want United at Champions League? So let's see how that's going to pan out. But,
he's not totally like he's not the owner.
The majority owner,
yes. The majority owner.
That could be
maybe that now it's going to be his leverage. You're like, okay, I'm not the majority owner. I'm just part of the owners. So you can't just punish me because we qualify. So he would probably if he gets to be the majority owner, that means it's not going to be fair on the others. Team, his other club, who is actually playing the French league, definitely they've been struggling to, get to the Euros. So if they finally get to the Euros and then you're trying to, I don't know, he's a businessman. I'm sure he's going to take a business decision. All
right, let's look at Cancelo. Is in the news this morning. João Cancelo. Yes, is the man we're talking about this morning, Cancelo. João Cancelo has reportedly delivered an explosive rant against his parent club, Manchester City, in which he accuses manager Pep Guardiola, yes, that's the man there, of telling lies. The Portuguese international is currently on the second long loan at Barcelona after spending the second half of last year at Bayern Munich. Reports have suggested that Guardiola was unhappy with Cancelo's reaction being dropped from City's starting 11 during the treble-winning season. However, in an interview with Portuguese publication Ebola, the 29-year-old has taken exemptions to Guardiola's claims after his time with Bayern Munich. He joined Barcelona on loan, where he has taken on a lower salary given the club's financial issues. Cancelo will return to Man City this summer, though it appears likely that he will leave the club. Barcelona president Juan Laporta has revealed their plans to keep Cancelo next season. Let's look at Cancelo's comment calling Pep Guardiola a liar.
You know, like I always tell you, if there's no good relationship between a player and a coach, it tends to affect the team. And then for coaches now, you're working here, I'm also working here. So they all have a job to do. So at the end of the day, if a coach sees something is not playing out well with this certain person, I guess that's the reason why they ship players off for loans. And then Cancelo now is finding his feet in Barcelona, and then I think he's happy there, performing well, helping the team win. So him saying Pep Guardiola lied, it's something I can't really, say anything about, because, they had their own conversations and then it all yielded to what it yielded to. So I just wish, if he comes back to Manchester City, I think, Guardiola is a very smart coach. He's going to find a way and then get things working with him again. But if not, I think if he wants to move, and I'm sure
he's definitely going to move.
He's definitely going to move, because he's obviously not happy with Manchester City. So Barcelona, it's there for him.
For kids. Yes. All right, the special one, Jose Mourinho, is in the news this morning. Let's tell you that Jose Mourinho steals the show at MotoGP's Portuguese Grand Prix as he waves the checkered flag for the winner, Jorge Martin. All right, Jose Mourinho, always very controversial. Let's say, yeah, that's the special one there. Jose Mourinho, the former Real Madrid, Manchester United and Chelsea boss, has made a notable appearance in the MotoGP event in Portugal. The former boss told the show after being invited to wave the checkered flag at the finish line for Sunday's Portuguese Grand Prix. Yes, alongside the highly decorated manager, winning driver Jorge Martin celebrated in style. Yes, that's Jose Mourinho doing the job there, waving the checkered flag for the winner of the race. And Mourinho did it in style, hitting Cristiano Ronaldo's, that's talking about the winner now. Martin now celebrated in style, hitting Cristiano Ronaldo's iconic shoe celebration after crossing the line. Gracing the MotoGP padlock for the first time, Mourinho was recently spotted at Anthony Joshua's impressive second-round knockout victory over Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia. Dubbed the special one, Mourinho has been without a managerial position for over 2 months following his departure from Roma. All right, let's look at the special one, Jose Mourinho. Do we see him getting a club soon?
Well, Jose Mourinho, if he's ready to go back to coaching, definitely there are 1,001 clubs that will want to have him. It just depends if he wants to, coach the team. He's just out there now. He's just out there now, having fun.
Was it the boxing fight?
Boxing fight now.
No, the Portuguese Grand Prix. Yes. That's his home state.
Yeah, yes, that's his home state. So he's just happy, just doing what he does, love doing. Now he's just traveling, having fun, and then acting as if he doesn't have a business with football. But we know who you are, sir. And
the special one.
You're the special one, and I'm sure when he's ready to get into football, he'll start talking about football. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are teams, on the ground who are trying to, poach him and get them.
Yeah, initially some people did say Jose Mourinho should come coach the Super Eagles, but I think we'd rather stay with our local coaches.
Yeah, I think we should stay with our local coaches. If, we should stay with our local coaches, but if we must get a foreign coach, it has to be someone who is worth it.
All right, let's talk about some jerseys. Last week we talked about the Super Eagles' new jerseys, white for home, then green for away, and we talked about how the beautiful part of our new jersey. England had done the same, and now it's Germany in the news complaining about their own new kind of jersey. So the big story we're talking about is German kits. Yes, we're talking about the Germany kits now. Germany have announced a pink away kit for Euro 2024 this summer, crafted by Adidas. The vibrant ensemble is purported to symbolize the diversity within Germany, with the Euro set to take place on home soil for this side. Both the German Football Federation and the Adidas have asserted that the kit reflects the varied fan base and broader population of Germany. To reinforce their stance, the Mannschaft has released a promotional video alongside unveiling of the kit, debunking any reservation regarding the unconventional color choice for the men's team. In a video, and a voiceover dismisses detractors with the statement, "This is not a shirt for legends." All right, so looking at the German jerseys there, we're still talking German news, and it has to do with their coach. Now, let's talk about the German FA. German Football Association President Bernhard Noldorf has revealed that discussions have taken place with Julian Nagelsmann about the possibility of extending his contract. Nagelsmann's current deal is set to expire after Euro 2024, and he has been linked with clubs including Liverpool, Manchester United. However, Noldorf is eager for the 36-year-old could remain in charge of the German team. Germany won 2-0 away to France in a friendly on Saturday with Florian Wirtz and Kai Havertz both scoring. Earlier this month, Nagelsmann revealed that he wanted his future to be resolved as soon as possible. Let's look at Nagelsmann. Beating world champions in France at home 2-0 says a lot. No wonder the German FA wants to tie him to a longer deal, because Manchester United, Chelsea and other teams are circling for him.
You know, like I said, now teams and football federations in different countries are building up, not just for Euro, those that are playing Euro, not just for the Euro, but also for the World Cup. So now they want to put all hands on deck and then get the best of the best, you know, for their teams, not to, you know, start suffering and then start trying to rebuild while, you know, World Cup and Euro is around the corner. So anybody that is holding anything, anybody that is tangible, any coach or any player that would want the best for the person, they don't want you to, like, if for a player, they don't want the player to be injured, you know, and be out for so long. And then if it's for a coach, they want the coach to remain. This is very amazing what the Germans did, beating the world champions in their home. You know, 2-0. The coach was like tactical and then was smart with his decision. So this is also a smart move for FA, the German FA, to be able to want to keep him for this amount of time and then probably see what plays out after the World Cup.
All right, let's quickly delve into boxing. Eddie Hearn is in the news at this moment. Let's quickly, we've got a few minutes to go. I can see Odi already throwing his jabs, like getting set for punches. All right, let's talk some boxing, a little bit of boxing, that we can roll it off. There's some big things happening in the world of boxing. The 5 weight classes in which a fighter will be contested in the Matchroom versus Queensberry boxing supercard this summer have been revealed. After 5 years of speculation, the respective heads of Britain's biggest boxing promotion, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, have agreed to each put 5 fighters up to go head-to-head. These men are making money in Saudi Arabia quickly. You know, they're making serious cash.
Yes, they're making serious cash, actually, because I'm just wondering, like, the way Saudi Arabia just dive into
I wish our producer can show us Eddie Hearn's picture. You see, you see how they're laughing. This is the first time I've seen them take
smile, like,
this smile so is much. Money, like
a whole lot of money has gone down on the table. Like, so these men are actually very, very
lucky too.
Lucky and smart businessmen. You know, they just figured out, like, okay, Saudi Arabia are out there now talking about sport.
They want,
let's go there. Let me get some of those Arab money.
And serious, they're getting the cash.
They're really getting it. They're getting it.
These men, they're made for life. All right, just to let you know, that's where we're going to call it a wrap on today's edition, as we also hope to go get our own pan of flesh, pan of cash from the Saudi monies.
Yes.
All right, thank you for joining us on TalkSport, and we're wishing you the very best. We want to say thank you for always joining Africa's finest sports program here, as we give you the very best talking sports. Last words, Lord.
You have a blessed day ahead, and you know, get anticipated to watch Nigerian match at Mali tomorrow. So you just stay there and then go out, support Super Eagles, support Nigerian brands.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.